Gotta love that sound. What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Ted of Bodies and Wicks. If you don't know who I am, then you don't know who I am, I guess. The saying goes. Anyways, I am here to talk to you about midweek. What's going on? We're almost at the end of the forex trading week. I should say that the stock trading week. Crypto continues on until Sunday, and then we continue through a different week. That's the good thing about crypto, is it just keeps going and going and going. And see what is going on here. We got some interesting to unfold. That is for sure. First, start off with you know what? I was thinking about this, and I just don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'll just go ahead and, well, first I should introduce myself. Have never heard of me. My name is Ted. I am a smart money trader, which means I don't go by your regular you could say retail trading theories. I don't go by trend lines. I don't go by channels. I don't do any of that stuff. I go by liquidity and I go by balance, right? Those are the things that charts look for. Charts look for liquidity and they look for balance. And well, they also look for bias too. And depending on what kind of biases, what you're going to look for is also going to depend on what you're looking for. So there's quite a few things to unfold when it comes to my kind of trading. Needless to say, I can't say I'm a millionaire, but I have made quite a bit doing what I have been doing. But one thing I will say I was going to do, and I almost did it and I didn't do it. That was trade Phantom. I was about to buy Phantom, and I didn't. I was looking at, okay, so okay, I should explain how I do my fibs. So I go to you see like a huge thing like this, right? Right. So you go to a high, right? And then you go down to a low, right? And then the next thing that breaks that high, that kind of high, you place the fib there, right? Then you go all the way to that high. I mean, I guess you could say you could do it for a lot of things. I guess you could say I guess that would be the low, but I don't really necessarily think that would be the low. That would actually be the low. But you could also say this actually broke the high, which it actually did. Well, actually, no, it didn't, because this way up or it's on its way down. So no, that did not break the that broke the high. So therefore, I was thinking about buying Phantom. And I sat there for a second and I thought, and this was around, I'm on a 5-minute chart. I'm usually always on about a 5 or 15-minute chart, unless I really want to get a big picture of things. But usually I'm on a 15-minute chart, but this it's just something wasn't looking right to me. And I just thought, you know what, maybe not. Maybe tonight is not tonight to buy Phantom. And reason being, again, a whole lot of things. I'm also, I should tell you that I'm also in a mentorship, of things that I cannot explain to you very well. But I can give you some things that I've come out with this mentorship. Um, one of those being these kind of things. Okay, so basically, whenever you see a huge green, like whenever you see a big takeoff, um, it's kind of like a broken bone, I guess you could say, right? And a broken bone needs to be replaced, not needs to be replaced, but it needs some kind of fractured or in some kind of um something to injure it or to replace the wound, right? So I'm going over here, and the thing is that it's already dipped down into this place, right? And so usually whenever that happens, it takes off. It usually takes off. That's what has happened. So now I'm looking for to see if it's going to dip down any further. So if it does dip down any further into this, I'll have to see how much further it's going to dip down into it and to see if it is worth buying then or so I'll probably have to set an alarm, or at least I'll set it right below. Got an alert right around the time where it's to go below this trading line. Study it and see what it did on the way down there. To see what Phantom did. But primarily what I do want to get to is Ethereum. And it's because it has been interesting. It's a quite interesting story right now. Okay, so you can see I have some things drawn out. And there are purposes for the reasons I have those drawn out. And the purposes I had those drawn out is because I thought it was going to start falling. And indeed, I was correct. Um, and I had a lot of money in. I should tell you that I am not a broker. I am not a financial analyst. I am not a professional of any sort or of any kind. So take what you will from what I am saying. I just here to give you my experiences from what I've learned. So uh what I did is I first again, here you go, boom, you got huge, displacement, I guess you could say. Huge displacement, right? You got a high here, you got a high here, but this high doesn't quite make it as high as it should. Now, whenever this happens, generally what does happen is that it does come up, and this will it will happen. It just I'm just not sure when it's going to happen. Um, it will happen, but it's called equal highs or soft highs, I guess you could say. So what soft highs mean? That take that anyway, and this, this, and what soft highs mean is that there are it that this right here means that there is liquidity right here. Liquidity means, but you know, if you don't know what liquidity means where market orders lie. So where market orders lie is something like this, right? So this would be an area to where people would think it would sell, correct? Right? It comes up here, people are going to think it's going to sell. It comes up here, people are going to think it's going to sell. If it came back up here again, people are going to think it's going to sell. The thing is, though, is that when it comes up a third time, it's not going. It might. It might. Usually, what happens is that, and here's how I like to explain it. If you've never seen my channel before, what people will like to do is they will like to do uh, buy stops, right? I like to do buy stops with short um, uh, short stop losses, or they'll do short positions, right? And they'll do short positions probably somewhere around here. That way they know they're in the trade. And then they'll probably do something like this. That way, in case it does go above, you know, the aforementioned trade, then they know that that they're out. You know, they know it's probably going to go higher. So that is pretty much you know, trading 101, you know, smart money trading 101. So but there has been a lot going on down here that has led me to believe that this is going to be going lower. Luckily did I did sell off quite a bit off of my Ethereum. I didn't sell it high enough. I didn't look high enough to understand that there was this right here. Can't really explain what that is, but I didn't really understand what that was. I sold right around here at the top of this box, right? So it did get a little higher, but now it's starting to go lower. And my thing is that um here's where we want to get into the 4 hour kind of thing. So I mean, Ethereum has been on quite a tear. It really has. And it's been awesome. It's been awesome. It's been on quite a tear, and I'm hoping it keeps on going through quite a tear. But my thing is that I don't know if it's going to go quite through the tear that. I mean, it got up to 28. The high it got was 28. That was the high that it did. Okay, and that was, I don't even think that is something. It's saying over here high 2800. I'm not seeing a high 2800. Either way, see, it got to a pretty good high. Um, that being said, this formation here is well balanced, very, very, very well balanced. Uh, Meaning that I'm basically gambling. I wouldn't say gambling, but I'm taking I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a pretty big risk. But the things that I saw within what I just showed you led me to believe that this is going to go lower. Um, Now, thing is that if it gets below here, right? You got all this, right? You got all these spikes below. You got the spike below. You got the spike below, spike below, spike below, spike, spike, spike. Right? You got all these spikes. If it makes it pass down here, right? That is your liquidity that you are looking for, right? That you're wanting to get past, right? Because everybody is thinking, hey, this is the lowest it's gonna go, right? Has to be the lowest it's gonna go. It's not gonna get any lower than this. Therefore, I'm not, my odds are bet on, or everybody's got their buy limit set here at 2600 or whatever it is. I think 2050. Everybody's got their buy limit set there. I don't believe it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go lower. And the reason I think it is going to go lower is because, again, one, like I said, you have those highs, have those lows, and you have the big spike, right? And that just not goes for any time. This goes for every time frame. I'm not seeing high, 2800 high. Oh, this is 2800. That is 20. That right there is 2800. I thought that was like 2070 or something. That I don't know. So therefore, since that is your 20, your high basically at this point. I mean, like I said, it has been on a tear, and it could go through another tear. It really could, and could be, but I'm still holding on to it because I still think it could fall back, and it could fall back is because it's keeping the liquidity in one spot, right? So if it's keeping the liquidity in one spot, then that means there. So markets are driven by the the elite, the big people, the big shots, the people that own the townhouses that you want to live in, all this good stuff that you want to live by. Here, I'm gonna take my face off so you're tired of looking at me. Um, they that's who's driving the market, right? It's not it's not me, it's not you, it's not the little individual trader. Those people those people aren't the ones that are driving this market. That even the people that are making a couple 100 million probably aren't even making a dent in these little blips that we're seeing on them. Right? So, and yeah, they're probably having fun doing a couple billion here, a couple billion there, making a little bit, making a little bit. But I think ultimately we are going to see, and here's the thing, and here's what led me to believe that it is going to be going down to this ultimate goal. All right, you see this long spike here, the green spike here. One of the smart money techniques is to have an 88.6% Fibonacci, right? This meets the exact 88.6% Fibonacci. up here, this is things I can't tell you about, but I will say that they are indications that also will bring prices lower. Same with here, this blue box as well. Well, this blue box kind of just showed that it did make kind of a U-turn. This blue box might be able to go. I'm not 100% sure, but this one not so much. So, yeah, and I know it just went up a little bit. But that's just my theory. I want to hear what you guys' theory on it. Um, uh, if you guys can lend me a helping hand, or you guys have a theory on what Ethereum is gonna do, I would love to hear it, because it has been forever. I mean, we have been sitting. Let's see here. We have been sitting in this. I mean, come on. Even before that, gotta be way before. Maybe not. Maybe April is when it finally kind of shook, kind of got things shaken up. And it finally made a spike. Then it came back down. Finally made a spike, and it came back down. And I'm not just doing this because I'm saying, hey, it's making a spike and it's come back down. No, I'm doing this solely on technical. As you can see, I have a lot of notes, because I do make a lot of notes, because this is what I do. As you can see here, I have liquidity, and what happened to that? Boom, drop through that liquidity. I still have liquidity here. Here's my thing. I still have a reverse liquidity that could drive it down to 1901. I still have that if something was to happen, wells take over and whatnot, 1901 could be the one place to take over, or not take over, but to actually gradually get down to, maybe not even gradually, it would probably spike down to it, because it would it would destroy all of the people trying to get into buy. But that would take a huge that would take a huge in any kind uh of marketability, because you would, not only would you have to sell off huge portion of your um of your word, can't think of it, starts with a P. I always blank on words. I always do this, but you would, in your portfolio, you have to, not only would you have to sell off a huge part of your portfolio, but then you would also have to have somebody at the same time leverage trade it to get it all the way down there. Right? Now, this might not happen in one huge go. This might happen in a lot of big goes, but they could eventually bring it down, right? Buy it back up as they want, right? And not even, I mean, and the thing is that whenever you do that, people are hesitant to buy. People are hesitant to buy because they're afraid it's going to happen again. So now all these people are buying up at lower rates, and then it eventually goes up and eventually goes up, and then they do it again. Boom, it slams down. And that's probably what happened here, right? these people are thinking, oh my God, it's, I'm in the FOMO. I'm in the FOMO. I gotta get in here before it goes crazy, and then all of a sudden, boom, it collapsed because everybody sold off all their portfolio, and then um, leverage traded it down. And as soon as they did that, they knew exactly where to buy it back up, right at the uh, which is this is what I don't understand. Why I don't know why they didn't bring it just a little bit lower. Why not bring it? Because there were so many people trying to probably trying to buy at this area, that if you would have just sold and then forced it just a little bit lower, could have had so much more money, because that money has to trade hands, right? If you're the one putting in that money, and you're the one putting in all that leverage trading, and then that leverage trading gets liquidated, where does that liquidation go to? Switches to the other hand. So that other hand is the winner. So the winner, of course, would be the seller. So that's what would have happened in this case. So I just see this as, I'm looking this at the top, right? Because this is a top. I'm just warning people. I think that this is um some kind of false. I wouldn't say false, but don't get your hopes too high. Um, if you're in this for the long game, hey, play it out. Go ahead. Um, but the areas that I have drawn so far have not done me wrong. Right? Right? Look at that. Boom, right at the top. I don't have to worry about this part, because this part is done, because I didn't think about the other part. It's this part that has me worried. Low, high, lower, higher, low. Boom, breaker. Also, quarter block. There you go. Now you're gonna have your ups and your downs, but I have a feeling this is what's gonna be the driving force down. And of course, it's probably gonna play it back up a little bit, and it's probably gonna play it back down a little bit. But I would be surprised if it gets back up above this 2800, because things, especially when it comes to large numbers, things don't get above large numbers, especially when it comes to a 2, a 5, an 8, and a 0. Those are the numbers that the people that are in control of the game love to play. And that goes for Forex. If you're in Forex player, here, let's just do a Forex thing, right? Here, let's go Euro USD. And find 2500. Here it is, 2500. What did it do? Skips above, boom. They don't play in Forex. It doesn't just, like when it comes to these large numbers, and it went all the way up past 800. Boom. Past 1000. So it made 500 pips just off of one move. So yes, these are the large numbers that these play with. Comes to numbers like 2800, that's a magic number. And that's a magic number I am not going to play with. That's why I am thinking now that Ethereum, sorry, but it's going to be a little bit of a ways before it gets up there again. That's just my take. If you guys have a different take, please. All right. Now, um, also when I want to check on my next best buddy, Solana. Solana. Now, I wish I would have done my homework before this weekend, because I probably would have sold off a little bit ahead of time, especially once it got up to about 48. Again, those numbers, there's that 8 number. I said there's that 28, there's that 48, going almost down to 40. Where's 40 at? 40 is exactly at the 62. Now, here's the box that I have. It gets in this box. I'm thinking it's a buy. Why? Because to get out of the let me get out of the 5 minute. Let me get to the hour. Boom, look at that. Look at that big green, just jolly green giant. It needs to pull back into this area. It has to pull back into this area. So if you're trading Solana, wait. Not do it just yet. Okay? All right. One thing I don't know too much about Matic. I've heard this thing going crazy. I'm gonna go on the let me go on the not 8 hour, 4 hour. Yeah, look at the 8 hour. Jeez, what happened there? This is what happens when things go on Coinbase. I really need to know when things go on Coinbase, because like 4 days ahead of time, because my my portfolio would love me if I knew things that were going to go on Coinbase for 4 days ahead of time. Manic, or Matic, I just wanted to show you that. Never really heard of it, but I think it's interesting to say the least. This is a different Ethereum. Oh, that's that's a forex.com Ethereum. So that just means that the time stopped there. So forex.com stops trading at clocks. That. Don't worry about this one. This is a forex.com Ethereum. Litecoin. I want to check out Litecoin. Litecoin has been making moves. I'm trying to figure out what is going on with Litecoin. We had a big gap, right? We had this big down gap. Bad liquidity being broken, right? All the way down. I mean, well, that was when that one big move was made. I want to say a couple Saturdays ago, right? So finally makes its move up, comes back down. Even know what this is. I think I meant to do this because this was just a break in liquidity. Yeah. Last double high to be broken. That was this right here. Last double high to be broken. Of course, what's it do? Breaks it. boom, falls. This is the thing that happens every time. Anytime some kind of double high breaks, everybody thinks it's gonna go straight to the moon. No, boom, it breaks, it falls, and then finally it comes back up. It finally came back up. All right. So now had this little gap here, right? Finally filled in this gap. Now, here's the thing with Litecoin, that you have here to here, right? That's just liquidity. That right there is all liquidity. Meaning this right here could turn around and poke right through this, because everybody's betting on a buy right here. Everybody's waiting on a buy right here. Everybody's hoping for it to come back. This thing is going to go. It could poke right through it. And I can tell you where it could poke right through it. Maybe I couldn't. On the 1 hour, I'm not on the 4 hour. Due to that, I just. But if I was gonna guess anything, I would guess I would honestly guess the top of this red. Why? It's the 61.8. And also it is a order block. That is one definite order block. That order block came down and challenged the fair value gap, came back up, filled in this. It could come down past even further, but I doubt it. The lowest that this could come for Litecoin would be something like this. You're looking at 225. 25 would be the lowest that you'd be on Litecoin. The Litecoin is doing good being at 250. But I'm just saying, watch out. I personally think it's gonna go higher, but I think it could make a quick stab down into this liquidity and then move on up. Next thing up, we are going to Bitcoin. Sorry. Now, Bitcoin has got me all frazzled. I have really no idea what is going on with Bitcoin. I've been trying to figure it out. I got lines drawn everywhere. I got a negative order block over here, which jumped up past it. So that's out of the way. There's an order block right there that I hit. Look, hit the order block exactly. So that one worked. Right? Pulled back a little bit. I have a feeling it's going to be pulling back even more. So be careful. Potential buyer beware of Bitcoin. Watch out for this space. This could be your buying space. Right. Next thing I want to check out SPX. I'm going off of crypto here. Going on to some stock shit. You know why? Because all these exist on Meditator 4, or most of them exist on Meditator 4. That's what I used to trade. I used to trade on Meditator 4. And I knew this was gonna happen today. I just, man, I just don't have time at work to just like look at the charts anymore. It's insane. Here, I look how wrong I was wrong here. Look, I put sweep below level liquidity and then pull up. Said what did it do? It just went. So I was wrong on that one, but this one, it was just going way too high, way too high, way too high. And here, look at this. This was the sweep below liquidity that I was waiting on. It actually just made it. Actually, it didn't even make it to the liquidity. I am fearing we're gonna see some more liquidity breaking tomorrow. There's gonna be people thinking, well, it already made its dump, you know, yesterday, so it can't be making its dump tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Thursday. I want to see. Hold on. I want to see what the week has already done, and it's probably done nothing. To be honest, it's probably just been kind of stagnant because of that dip. Let me get a ID. Geez, look at this. These weeks have just been going nuts. If we just look at the weekly pattern, yeah, something's not right here. All right, look at daily. Daily's not doing much either. It's just kind of stuck. And even today's dip didn't even do anything. Today's dip actually went up. Something tells me we are about ready to see something hit the fan. That something is going to be here. I didn't. I'll rebound. Trying to rebalance, but has the double lows. I'm just gonna trash all this. We need to restart. Now I'm starting from a low point, but there's no way in hell Biden's administration is making moves like, well, actually it could be, because friends with all the Wall Street goons. That's why they're making all the money. All that already. That's it. But even then, geez, that dip didn't do anything. Okay, this is what scares me. Your money dropped to about 4,000. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, I've been trying to keep my stuff short, so I'm gonna keep it short and shorter. And I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching. You have been the most grateful audience I have ever had. Please recommend me, share my videos, tell everybody about me if you can. Hopefully these things come true. That way when they do, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this guy is Oracle. So that would be cool. And also do one of these things too. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. And other than that, we shall see you soon. Love you guys. Peace out.